Guys, I want to discuss some interesting news coming out of the Connecticut Sun's organization a couple days ago, and why this could have major implication, not just on the Connecticut Sun, but all on the league as a whole. And that news is that, excuse me, that the Connecticut Sun are up for sale. And like I said, this news came out a couple days ago on the 12th, sorry, on the 14th, so a little over a week ago. But the Mohegan Native American tribe, the tribe that or the organization that owns the Connecticut Sun currently, have retained investment bank Allen and Company, according to Sports Illustrated, to facilitate the potential sale of the franchise. And according to Sports Illustrated, the expectation is a controlled sale and a likely franchise relocation. And currently, the value of the Connecticut Sun is estimated at around $80 million. And the reason this could be monumental for the WNBA is because the Connecticut Sun, originated in 2002, was one of the first franchises whose ownership had no affiliation with the NBA. So the Connecticut Sun were the pioneers for these independent franchises to be created separate from any NBA affiliate. And it allowed for more diversity in terms of ownership and equity. And with Connecticut being still one of the smallest markets in the WNBA, they have had massive success over the course of the last 4 years, making the WNBA finals twice. And now that they're in a bit of a rebuilding phase right now, with them losing DeWanna Bonner and Alyssa Thomas, they are, as well as Bree Jones, they are in a bit of a rebuilding phase right now. And so it makes sense that ownership is looking to sell and perhaps to make some sort of profit off the sale. And something interesting I learned today is that the Connecticut Sun actually don't have their own practice facility. They actually practice at one of the local community colleges that is close to the arena, and that surprised me. And I always wondered why a team that's had a lot of success on the court like Connecticut, why they always struggle getting notable players to go play for that organization. And it's because of things like that. If you look at the things that, for example, that Phoenix has done with new owner Matt Ishbia in terms of creating a brand new facility and practice facility at that, and bringing in state-of-the-art equipment and personnel for the Phoenix Mercury, it's things like that that draw in great or notable talents in free agency. And because those are things that play a factor for players when making a decision on where they want to go. And knowing that now, I understand why Connecticut has struggled to retain talent and bring in talent. But perhaps under new ownership and a possible relocation, this can perhaps bring in more notoriety and create or provide the opportunity to push or move the Connecticut Sun to a bigger market, perhaps somewhere in Florida, or maybe another team in Texas, or perhaps Philadelphia. It's just perhaps a market somewhere that is bigger than Connecticut, perhaps a more metropolitan market. I believe that would be a better fit for where the WNBA is moving towards. And all of that is obviously dependent, stringent on the CBA and ownership and the owner's approval, and who ends up buying the Connecticut Sun as well. But very interesting news coming out of Connecticut that, like I said, could have major implications on the WNBA as a whole. And the reason that the Connecticut Sun are being sold is, like I said, the price of keeping the Connecticut Sun is becoming too expensive for the current ownership. And the reason the price is becoming so expensive is because there's more money now being generated, and being brought in from the WNBA due to the CBA and new television deals. And what's going to happen is some of these smaller owners that have major equity and majority ownership are going to be phased out for owners that can provide more for these organizations. And this is the start of it. But let me know what you guys think. What would be a good location for the Connecticut Sun if they were to relocate? Leave your thoughts in the comment section, guys. I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. But with that being said, guys, that's it for our show for today. Thank you